audiences in front of the camera, and we are now at the Hall 11 and also the booth J41. So today we are going to bring you to the site of the Industry 4.0, the factory of the future. So here we actually established a very real, or we should say a micro, but real, the digitalized operation area of the factory. And here we are going to show you a very intelligent production line here. So you're able to see here, so we actually invited a lot of companies from the Europe and also Japan to show the real operation of the digitalized factories. So here we are at the Hall 11, so if you are interested in this, you can always come here. And for the audiences who come here, they can actually try to operate the machines by themselves. So they are able to get a real sense and get a better understanding of the machines and also equipment. So now we're going to bring you to the forum held by here.
I will give you 3 points and 3 technical about the solutions. The first one is QU IoT. It means the quality of IoT. And we use the intelligent flow meter. We use it to control, to monitoring the flow of the mold. And we can improve, finally we can improve the product's quality and the factory's efficiency. And by how? By using big data. And our multi have 109-year history, and we that have a very lot of experience about the molding technology and know-how. So we mainly that have 8 factors about the temperature, the key factors that cause temperature variation of the mold. And I think 2 points is very important. The first one is the flex change of the media, the flow. And the second one is lime scale and the deposit in the mold. If you have the lime scale and the deposit in the mold, the flow will come down, will go down, and will have no flow in the water routes. The lime scale and deposit means the 水垢, like 水垢膜. So it's the very key points of the when you are controlling the mold temperature. I will give you 2 pictures of why it's very important. Now, on the top picture, there have no flow meter. So the mold is 4 in, 4 out. It has 4 water loops. But when one of the loop is have the lime scale and have no flow in the third one, we cannot know. But if we have the flow meter, we can correctly know the flow of each water pipes. So it is the very important keys to controlling the mold temperature, because we need to precise the flow control. And this is that we use the flow meter that collecting the big data, and the big data go up to the cloud. And we can use the cloud to read that every time, every moment, the flow and the temperature. And this is the temperature, and this is the flows, the flux of each water pipes. Okay, so we get the big data, right? We know each correctly the flow data. Then we use it how to improve our efficiency or how to link with IoT. Then this is the answer. When we get a bad, that's not good product, we will know. For example, look at this one. This is the flow about 6 liters per minute. And at this time, we get a bad product, by also by checking, by human checking, and we will collect the big data. And when the big data goes, when the big data will goes collect more big data, we will know that when the flow comes down to the 6 per limit per minute, that means you will get a bad product. So it's no need to check the product again. So we can get more efficiency to to control the temperature or the flow. So it is how we use the big data to controlling the products and to make the factories become more efficiently. The second point is about the conformal cooling technology. Here, I bring a product of the conformal cooling. It's a mold, very small, right? But when we use traditional water cooling, we cannot do too small water pipe. But if we use conformal cooling technology, we can make the mold water loop very small and very thin. Conformal cooling means 3D 打印技术. The 3D printer, maybe we use it to print the plastic product, but we use this technology to making a mold. And what can it bring to us? It's the two effects. The one is shorten the molding cycle, because we can shorten the cooling cycle. Then we will shorten all the molding cycle. The two is to reducing warping deformation. It's the main two key points that the conformal cooling that bring us. But how to link with IoT? Because the water loops are very thin and very small, we need to monitoring the flow, the flux. Unless because if we don't monitoring the water loop will soon become limescale or deposit. So this is we use the IoT technology. And here are two pictures of the conformal cooling channel and compared with the traditional cooling channels. Here are two pictures. And this one is the traditional cooling channels. We have the water loops for very small and very simple. So it tends to accurate the heat in the one part. We use the CAE software to know the temperatures. We can see that the heat is accurate in this one part. But when we use conformal cooling, the temperature is all very good. Not accurate at one point. It's a very big feature. It's like the very small mold, and it has two parts: the small slide part and the large slide part. And if we use the traditional cooling channel, we only use the fountain type cooling technology to cooling the small part, but it is not enough. We should use the formalin cooling that we can use cooling the small slide part for very well. Okay. The 3 points is the liquid color measurement. This is a name card name card case. It's a lighted, and it's the color with the pink. We use this technology that is spray. We use its ink. That the ink spreads all the master batch. We use the ink injet to compare with master batch, and we use only 5% volume to will not cause the chromatic aberration and the dimensional discrepancy, because the ink is very spread that about the reason that like a PP or PET. So we do not need to use additional master batch. So it's a very big piece. Now, it is that specialties of the new liquid colors technology. It has a stronger dispersibility and ability of decoration. That means able to complete color changing in a very short time. And also, we use this technology have the Japanese food hygiene law. So we can use it to the food container. It can also correspond with the color with the metallic luster. So it's very smooth when our molding the product. It's the three features about the new liquid color. And this is an example of the applications that also use the containers of the cosmetic and the food container, and also. But we can only be correspond to transport or light colored molding. We can also use it for light colored molding. So it is maybe a not very good point. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Manager Yan. Thank you. Actually, what I'm holding now is the first shot of today. So you have the rest from yesterday, and today we have the new color, the orange. But the benefit of Matsui's flow rate monitoring is that usually it takes like 20, 30 shots. Usually we get a stable product. But using that mold temperature control unit and monitoring the flow, so this is the first shot, and then the second shot is already a good product. So it can save a lot of time when you change the mold, when you start a new production. So other than troubleshooting to find out what's the reason of the drop of the flow, actually when we're monitoring the flow, we can actually get very good product. So it's another benefit from Matsui. So it's very smart design. So thank you again, Manager Yan, about the introduction. So today we have the final presentation should be about Bo Shiyuan's technology. So I will here represent Bo Shiyuan on the mold monitoring system to give a very short introduction before we wrap up for today. Finally, because right now they're stepping into the medical industry, and it talks about system integration. Once you have a packaging line, assembly line, and a quality checking line, all these lines you can use different kind of optical system to monitoring the process to make sure there's no bad product coming out. So actually these two are because they're right now stepping into the whole assembly line of a medical product. So this is their history starting from 10 years ago, and right now, before they have like 3 persons only, right now they have 100. And the key is the vision library. And once you have the library and you have the algorithm, so everything is possible. You can let the robot to see in the warehouse. You can let the HEV to see, and you can also check the part. So everything, traditionally, you need to use your eyes. Now you can use the machines. So mode monitoring system, before they can only take up for one camera for one monitoring device. Now you can have 8 cameras. So 8 cameras is looking at, maybe you can check individual cavities when it opens, things like that. So right now they have more capabilities there. And we've seen the one-touch measuring machine. And the platform is quite critical, because if you are SI, a system integrator, sometimes you need to find solutions. And you don't have to buy Bossuyuan's equipment, but you can use the platform, use their CCD platform to use their algorithm only. Okay, so this is the most competitive part from Bossuyuan. And of course, dimensional checking. And this is all about the medical product they're using. Actually, it's a pre-filled syringe, which means you have a syringe and you put the drug inside and you seal it. And then you use a blister pack to combine them together, to seal them together as an outer package. So starting from the blister pack and about the lancet, get the blood out, and then the packaging system, and to check if the stopper inside the syringe is nicely located. If it's not, then you'll not be able to put the plunger ahead. So this is actually what they've been doing, because 2 years ago when we co-worked with Bossuyuan, there's no such thing over there. But recent years, they are doing for the medical industry. Right now they have this capability. So they have a lot of suppliers here. So whenever you are in China, you can get their support. And this is their mode monitoring system. And we have also one over there. So you can have 8 cameras together. And the key thing is, we use the mode monitoring is to make sure the progress is okay. So which means, if this is like a gate. If the mode monitoring system say, no, okay, you have something left inside, or you have something didn't come out, it will stop the production. So the whole production is waiting for the signal of mode monitoring system to say it's okay or not. So it's very important. If we have a short cycle time, we have no time wasted waiting for the signal of the monitoring system. So right now they can bring down the calculation speed down to 0.1 second. So which means within 0.1 second, you can get a good go or no-go signal from the monitoring system. So it's very important, and also it's benefit from their very high-speed algorithm system. So I'll skip this, core efficiency, and this is another very interesting application. If usually before we want to measure the cycle time, we need to send information to the mass. And what are you monitoring? Opening, closing of the mode, those timing signals. So which means you need some, you need to hook some signals from the PLC, or you need to put some switch when you open and close the mode to get the timing. But right now, their system, because they are looking into the mode, so there's no actual physical line or physical switch you have to put on. Actually, you can just see the mode open and closing, and based on the image, you can calculate the time. So it's very interesting mass application. So you just set the cameras there, then you can use image analysis to get the signal. So it serves 2 functions for sure. You can protect the mode, and you can calculate the cycle time and send it to the mass. So they have their own mass systems to do here, this. And this is one-touch monitoring measurement machine. So you just put it there, press the button, it can calculate all the critical dimensions automatically. So we have one over there. And this is the final application. They are doing the assembly line monitoring for the syringe. So all the markings of the syringe, if the digits are there, is any broken line they will see. And also they can check if the stopper plunger are right in position. So this is for, and finally, combine them together, they are become like a system integrators here. Okay, so this is all about the Bossuyuan's technology. So we have brochures and the stand over there. So if there are any question about the mode monitoring system which are using in that leaching machine, or you want to know about more about the measuring system, so welcome to the booth over there. So this is the, thank you very much for today. until now you are still standing here listening to the talk. So this is the very last session of the day, the English session, and we're gonna start the whole Chinese session tomorrow morning starting at 10 o'clock based on the brochure that you have the schedule. So thank you very much for today, and we're welcome to see you maybe tomorrow or next year. Thank you very much.
Okay, so audiences in front of the screen, I think by the introduction of the forum held in the Factory of the Future, you are able to know, you are able to build a better understanding of the factories and also the intelligence world. And also we're gonna show you a very digitalized world as well. So here we're gonna bring you the new technologies and also cutting edge information of the industries. So if you find any pain points, and also if you want to find some solutions as well as you want to keep a very good competitiveness, you are always welcome to come here, because here we also held another forum tomorrow and maybe the day after tomorrow as well. So for the audiences who are not able to come here in person, you just don't worry. The official live streaming by CHINAPLAS will always bring you to the show virtually. So we are waiting for you here, please stay tuned. Thank you. 先生您好，我们是那个雅士展览，就是本次主办方的官方直播，那也是 CHINAPLAS 的官方直播平台。对，就是很感谢您能够抽几分钟的时间接受我们的访问。那其实今天的话呢，我想问一下您，就是这是您第几天参加这一次展览？第2天是吗？感觉是不是走得有点累？是。那我想问一下，这是您第几次参加我们的 CHINAPLAS 国际像素展？
应该有4、5次了吧。
4、5次了是吗？那因为其实这是今年我们搬到深圳来了嘛，对吗？这个展馆又新又大。那我想问一下说，其实除了展馆变化之外，走路也很累。那还有没有别的？就是您觉得有什么变化吗？
这个我觉得虽然这个场馆变化了哈，但是整个在场地的这一块的那个交通指示啊，包括我们日常的一个基本的一些需要的生活的一些补充这一块都做得很到位。然后展馆这一块呀，虽然是看起来层次有高差，那个场馆也不是说一下就能看到底，但是整个引导也很规范，里面这个设备的摆布啊，也显得非常精致啊。
谢谢。
很容易找到你需要去的地方。
所以整体的安排还是比较满意的，是吗？
对。
那其实，在包括本届还有以前几届的话，您就是在参展过程中有没有什么特别有趣或者让您印象深刻的故事啊？
这一块的话我还真不好说，因为我现在参加了好几届，但是已经前2届我没有过来。这一届这一块呢，我看到的一些东西也不是说有趣吧，就是觉得有些东西确实有一些变化了，包括我们提供的这些机械也好，包括我们的设备的自动化提高这一块越来越多，而且我们的信息这一块、信息化这一块，我第一次在这个展会上第一次看得到，觉得非常非常震惊。
所以还是非常震撼和不错的技术，是吗？那最后一个小问题好不好？那您本次来参展的话，就是您觉得说您最关心的话题是哪一个方面啊？
因为我是做管道产品的。
管道产品是吗？
我现在刚好我们也现在准备在这个管道管件这一块做一些新的尝试啊，这一块我关注的是注塑机这一块比较大型的注塑机这一块关注的多一点。
注塑机那有所收获是吗？
很不错，
很不错，
也找到了自己心仪的一个方向吧，选择的方向。
那就特别好，我们也很高兴。那非常感谢先生能够接受我们的采访，谢谢。那希望您也能够好好享受接下来2天的展览，但是还是要适当做休息，不要太辛苦。好，谢谢。那其实我们刚刚有看到您在这边听这个讲座，对吗？这个演讲，那这是您第几次参加我们的国际像素展的这样一个展览？
好多年了。
好多年了是吗？那您今年的话，就是觉得说，因为今年是搬到深圳来了嘛，整个展，那您觉得有什么不同吗？
近年来，随着网际人工智能的感觉就是成品那一块展览要少，比广州那边要少。
成型这块相对少一些，是吗？那还有就是，那比如说像您参加这么多届的这样一个国际像素展， 就是您觉得有没有印象特别深刻的一些小故事，可以跟我们分享一下？
总之，这个也是一个线下的生产企业，包括整个产业链的一个大的聚合的平台，有好多那个，包括主要是整合，有好多资源，平时就是说不容易，有的是可能要几千公里过去看到啊，把它整合到一起。最大就是一个资源整合的优势了。
所以就是说您比较关注到的是资源整合这块的优势，是吗？
对，还有很多那个前沿的新技术啊、新工艺、新材料这些啊，也可以接触到一些行业的先进的一些事物，
还有一些信息，对吗？
对。
那我们再问您一个小问题好不好？就是您本次参展的话，打算在这边待多久，以及就是您最关注的话题是什么？
我打算就是可能就1天吧，1天。主要关注就是一些就是原材料的那个新型的材料的供应商，还有一些就是设备的一些前沿的一些新的工艺吧，还有一些成品的一个市场的一个流行的方向，大概就这些吧。
好，谢谢，那非常感谢您接受我们的访问，谢谢。